This is Vikings United, your ultimate destination for everything Minnesota Vikings. Bringing together the most passionate fans, insightful analysts, and dynamic creators from across Skol Nation. Get ready for deep dives, spirited debates, and exclusive insights from Coach Cody. We're celebrating our community, honoring our heroes, and fueling your fandom with Pillars of Valor coffee. This is more than a show. It's a movement. This is Vikings United.
Purple and gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, that's how you know. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. Representing Skol, the gang, you know the name. It's a Minnesota thing. Put that on the purple blood that's running through these golden veins. Hail, sleet, snow, or rain, regardless, we gon' go to games. $1 billion stadium on Sundays, they don't close the bank. Fail rarely, get your tail buried. Give his JJ to JJ on Hail Marys. I'm like Aaron Jones, I see the field clearly. Gain 150 yards off of 12 carries. And 2 tugs, I see you crack a can of ice cold whoop ass on the Packers fan. Downtown Minneapolis, we pack the stands and put our hands above our heads when we clap our hands. That's how we clap our hands, we put our hands above our head when we clap our hands. Now clap your hands and put your hands above your head when you clap your hands. That's how we clap our hands, we put our hands above our head when we clap our hands. I said clap your hands and put your hands above your head when you clap your hands. Purple and gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, that's how you know. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. If you from Minnesota, let me know. If you from Minnesota, here we go. Minnesota notice. I'm known to Skol and then blow the coldest. And Skol until I got scoliosis. So when we Skol, we so ferocious. So just know, just way before 84 was the dopest. We showed you who the purple and the gold is. If you from Minnesota, let me know. Right now. If you from Minnesota, here we go. Minnesota. And gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla.
Welcome into the Scene Project Sports Network. You are here tonight for Vikings United. We are thrilled to be here just like we do every Tuesday. Y'all hit that like button, share the stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got my co-host Big B in the house with me as always. B, what's going on?
Nothing much. Ready to talk some football.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear me. All right, I'll back out.
You're good.
Oh, I'm good now? Okay.
Yep.
No, just got done with work today, my Friday, so get a couple days off to get stuff situated, relax, and just can't wait to talk about what everybody's thoughts are on any news stories for the NFL this week.
Yeah, and we're kind of hitting that lull, right? But we got some really cool stuff tonight. I got a chance to talk with International Fan of the Year for the Minnesota Vikings. He was on the stage at the draft. John McDonald, pretty epic conversation with him. So we're going to be out there. We got a full house tonight too. Let's bring in Coach Coach Cody, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
We're doing
What's
good.
up, Coach?
Man,
Good. I had to get my flat bill game on because we got Sir Picasso joining us back in the fray. Oh, snap.
let's go. Let's go.
Fresh.
What it do? What it do?
Good to see you, brother.
Feel
Happy
me?
belated, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah,
Is
mine's
it-
tomorrow. So when we get
That's what I was
together
gonna
next
say.
time, now we know. Next year, I'm coming up to you. We'll have a joint birthday.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I don't really celebrate my birthday.
Neither do I. My
Shelly
kid,
made me
track
do
day
stuff.
tomorrow. My kid's got track day, man. So I'll be out there freezing my ass off, watching little kids run, 40-yard sprints. It's going to be awesome. Picasso, want to introduce you to one of our new co-hosts on the show. And with us, our guy Pods. Pods meet Picasso. Picasso meet Pods.
What's going on,
What's
sir?
up?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Man, great night. Great night. We got a full house for real.
Living our dream.
we do.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're having a great one. It's been a wild time since the last time we saw you, Marcus. It's been a lot has happened. We got through the draft. We've had some interesting, free agents visiting in the last week as well. I know not everyone is real high on Mr. Jennings, but I think he'd be a great fit to this team. Would love to see them sign another wide receiver, no matter who it is. But would love to just, since we haven't talked to you since the draft, kind of get your overall thoughts on what you thought about the draft and those the draft picks coming in.
Man, like I posted on my Darth Viking page, I gave us a B+. Naturally, being a Vikings fan, we wanted to see a couple beefy offensive linemen, I think that they needed to hit the safety position pretty hard. But all in all, man, I'm happy. And I think that with as long as our guys can stay healthy, I'm good for it. And I never doubt Flores. So if Flores is picking you on the defense, then you got something.
Well, and the thing with, and I know everyone on draft night was really surprised by the Caleb Banks pick, and I'm sure that the Vikings were surprised that he was still there. And I know he had the injury, but you're talking about someone in all of these scouting reports and everything leading up to the draft that is, bringing this guy as a top 5, top 10, possible top 5 pick. So I think more the fact that he was there and B-Flow's probably in there going, you don't draft him, I'm out the door, right? If you pass on this guy, I'm done. And I don't think that you had to be threatened in that. And I know everyone had, Thieneman coming to the Vikings forever. You ended up getting a safety later. So it's not like they ignored a position of need. And it sounds like they got a guy who's going to fit in that B-Flow personality with Jacoby Thomas, right?
Good value.
I just a hammer is what he is, right?
Yeah,
A guy,
100%.
people like him, and not just on the field, but off him. He's a leader. I think you got somebody there. And you had 5 picks in the top 100, right? Like that's nothing to scoff at. I know people, maybe got a little bit down about the Grenard trade. No, you should have got a second, this or that. The 2/3 that you got, especially with a deep draft next year, is essentially a second round pick. So you're
Right.
splitting hairs at that point. And I think you rather have a third this year and a third in next year's draft, where who knows where it's going to be, right? Every season's different. This, it was the Eagles we ended up trading with Grenard, right? The
Yeah.
bomb, right? They're an injury away from, who do they have behind Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts goes down this year, which he's not necessarily prone to do, but shit happens in the NFL. I know we're looking at that as like a mid-late third right now. It could turn into a very high third round pick, and you're going into next year with another 3-4 top 100 picks. I was pretty happy with it. You did get offensive line help. You got a center. You got an offensive tackle. You got another dog in the Iowa State, Big Citrus. I felt good about it. I was right where you are, Marcus, where it was like C+, like B- range. If Banks works out, you're B plus. I think it's hard to like grade it as an A without having a high top first round, second round pick. Like you're picking in the middle of the draft. So to me, all things considered, you're like a C to start, right? You're average. You're getting an average draft just by consequence of where you're picking. So to come out with like a B plus in that, and I think you're going to have 6 at least of these guys that see significant playing time this year, like right. So I don't know many teams that can do that in any one draft class.
I just felt like Thieneman was that was my go-to. That was like I was really hoping to take. So
where was Banks projected to go? Do we remember that? Do we remember seeing that? Big B got us on that.
Before it came out that he was hurt, they were saying he was going to be a top 10 pick. With everything going and from reports that I heard, with possibility of being a top 5, right? Honestly, the Giants probably take him with those 2 top. What they have 2 in the top 8 or whatever they ended up after the trade.
2 top 10.
They ended up with 2 in the top 10.
Yep.
Let's see here.
No, at 18 is such a crapshoot anyway. And I realize they obviously had a deep run on the safeties going, look, we can get a guy that we're going to be really happy with in that 3rd round, right? They're eyeing the Jacoby Thomas and that second tier, which is honestly what we did a lot of in our mock drafts, was looking farther down. You really only had maybe 2 positions. Now, Banks was never on our radar as far as that goes, just because we were kind of doing, big board and taking the draft as it comes. But everything that I heard, and Skol Doc was on with our guy Rap with Vocal Vike, he doesn't seem to be concerned about it. Give the kid time to get healthy, which it seems like he never really had, because he also realized where he's at in his career. He had to get into the draft this year. Florida didn't have a great season. You risk more injuries. You don't have NFL doctors in the collegiate ranks, right? You don't have those insurance plans and things in line for you. So I think in his head, he knows he's rushing back, and then out there running around in track shoes, you break something that was probably stressed because you played on a foot that wasn't 100% for the back half of the season, just trying to make your case for the NFL. So as a man, I look at the young man and go, it's unfortunate, but you probably made the right decision for yourself. And now you got a chance to play in the league, man. Can you get healthy now and go be the force that the Vikings believe you can be?
Well, not only that, but I mean, he gambled on himself and came out pretty well. I was just looking at what we signed our draft picks for. And I believe he's a little over 22 mil. And the second round pick, I'm blanking on his name, but I think he's a little over 9. So it's like, damn, just being in the first round, like that's a over half.
And his potential alone gambled, and he ended up getting a first round, pick paycheck. Like he went from potentially only making $9 million to getting $13 million more. That's huge.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, he probably lost an extra $30 million, right? Because the top 10 picks more like.
So what I'm seeing here, Googling Caleb Banks' pre-draft ranking, they had him hovered around the 37th to 52nd pick.
So they had him in the early to late second round.
I think that was after the
after the news came out.
Yeah. So that was the pre-draft rank. So
before the combine, they were looking at him as a top 10 pick, hands down, and I think that was pretty ubiquitous with everybody. And you may have to go back, maybe Dane Brugler's Beast, what came out before that. I'm not sure when some of those.
So Google before the 2026 combine, Florida State's tackle Colin Banks was regarded as a high upside draft prospect with the mid to late first round grade, often listed between in the 50 to 60 range by major scouting outlets. So,
wait, did he play at Florida or Florida State?
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, he was a Gator.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely made the right decision coming out of college, because Florida used to be a powerhouse, and had great like modern facilities and stuff, but the fall off that Florida as a university has had over the last 10 to 12 years, it's actually really sad to look at because it just doesn't seem like that program cares right now. And I can understand why he'd want to get out, come to the league, and be around people who are going to rally around him and try to get him to be the specimen that he is.
Well, and that really goes for football and basketball for them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be honest.
I was kind of looking forward to maybe another big tight end too.
You were looking forward to like an Eli Stowers, weren't you?
Nah, to be honest, I can't think of this guy's name, but
Sadiq?
Huh?
Were you thinking Sadiq, maybe?
Nah, I don't think that was it either.
There was another tall.
There was a guy
end.
who was like
We
6'7".
actually, so in every mock draft that we did, Marcus, we drafted a tight end in like the 5th or 6th round, and we're pretty happy with the guys that we had picked. And maybe those guys just weren't there. I know we ended up with no 6th round, traded back a couple of times, picked up that extra 5th round, and got some ballers. I think they feel okay, especially with Hawk coming back on a restructured deal this year, that you're going to kind of get by. I think they like Josh Oliver. Right. And that's pretty, obvious. It's not like he can't catch the ball. Now, he's probably not as elusive and big as maybe you would like from like that tight end position. Right. But the guy blocks his ass off. He's massive. So I think we're going to see what I think we wanted to see last year with the people they've brought in on the coaching staff. And some of the adjustments that have been made, a little bit more investment on the offensive line, and bringing some guys in and the moves that they've made, it seems like they're going to commit to the run and a power running game a little bit more. Talk about the Damon Claiborne getting a home run, hitting running back in that backfield. How do you feel about finally having some of that, 4.3, 4.4 speed back there?
Who was that to?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I was asking you what Claiborne ran his 40 in. I don't know if you had that.
I can look.
I think he runs like a 4.37.
What do you think about picking up somebody that can finally hit a home run from the backfield that's not named Jordan Addison?
Well,
right.
if we use them right, I mean.
Who was the guy that you guys had a few years ago? He came out of Florida State. Was it? It was one of the Cook brothers, not James, but the
Galvin.
He was supposed to be that home run back.
He was.
He was good.
He got hurt. I mean,
I wasn't really following the team then. Did they let him walk, or what ended up happening with Dalvin Cook? Because I thought he was a hell of a running back.
Yeah, we let him walk.
Yeah.
He was
getting we used him a lot.
He was all right, but he wasn't as fast. Like he was. I don't consider him that.
He didn't have that breakaway speed. If he got loose,
he was a power back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, and Damon will kind of be that first one that we've seen around here, maybe since the AP days, honestly, that can break one off. And granted, he's not the same guy, as far as breaking tackles. And, AP's a generational, I would consider.
AP could do it all.
I think he is regarded as one of the best. If he could have stayed healthy, may have been right up there with, any of.
So Claiborne's official time was 4.37 for the 40.
I knew it.
Coach, can you talk about how fast that actually is? Like, have you seen guys? Now you got a guy that's pretty fast on your team with the Cavalry, and now I don't know if Speedy's moving on, but like we probably don't have an official 40 time on that. But like, how fast is that to put in? Like, I mean, that's a flash to me. I can't run. Hey, what up? We're twinning.
Hey,
240 of them.
We actually we had so much speed with the Cavalry and the Bears. It was ridiculous. Speedy is fast, but I'd almost put Bo Butler fastest player I've ever seen. Fastest. He just gets cooking. I actually had a handful of players hitting like 4.3. One hit 4.29 or 4.27, something like that. So we had a bunch of speed, and it's ridiculous just watching them go right past you. You're like, get going.
4.2 just sounds like a touchdown in sub 10 seconds is what it sounds like.
Yeah, pretty much. And then considering we play arena, so it's 50 yards. I mean, by the time
that
you get
plays
up to
over in
speed,
5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a tour, man. Is the basement done, Marcus?
I can't hear anybody, bro.
Oh,
Well, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm sitting there. Check it out.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay.
I finally got my office done. Take that table. So, and then I'm actually we're going to get a t-shirt press. So, but it prints ink. It's not heat pressed, but it's going to be about the size of that purple line.
Dog, your basement looks perfect for a tattoo shop.
Man.
Just saying.
Yeah,
That's so legit.
the wife's room, bro. She wanted glass walls, but I looked at the price on some of those, bro. They wanted like $8,000. So I just got a couple of French doors and I framed them in.
There you go.
There you go.
I like that.
he's got all.
He's got her game day gear, which, mind you, at 4:30 in the morning when it's dark and I'm going to work, that's a little startling. Motherfucker just standing there shadowing me. But yeah, then we got barn style doors everywhere.
Yeah.
Shelly and I did all the work ourselves.
Yeah, man, you guys knocked it out of the park. It looks so good.
Bro,
Yeah.
you know you're a fiend when you got a coffee bar in your master bedroom.
Damn.
I'm jealous.
That's diabolical. But I love it.
In the master bath.
Yeah, that tub, man.
Yo, can you do ice
one of
coffee?
Shelly's closets? I'm putting her on the blast right now.
Yeah,
She got like 8 closets in her
loves
house. She said it his and hers, and that's just a yours and mine. I don't get mine in there. Mine's upstairs. I gotta go upstairs to change clothes.
Oh, geez.
It's just Vader outfits.
You're
It's
right.
Vader outfits, 3 t-shirts, and 200 hats.
Yeah, Vader's up in actually.
Speaking of that, oh man.
Oh man, it is just show and tell today.
Yeah, Pods, and you don't know.
Which one you got?
I only got one. I only got one of them with me right now. But
there you go.
Shout out Skunk Golf Company. You feel me?
I got another one. Let me join you.
Hey.
I don't have the white one, so
that one is dope.
I think I have to go in my car. That's where my box is, but I got a couple of the skunk hats. I think I got the silver and the black one.
We're gonna have.
I got this too. Check this out.
What is a skunk hat?
Skunked Golf is our sponsor of our golf content on the show. So look good, even if your game stinks. Is their
That's the
motto.
best slogan.
Oh, that's dope. I love that.
All got a drop here in the last couple of weeks, and really excited for all the guys to be outfitted. But yeah, they got some great hats, and we've been blessed, man. Getting a lot.
I'm already putting together a video of me wearing the gear. So
same.
There you go.
I just finished 2 custom portraits. I did some branding for Stroke of Luck charity. So the guy, his son was 14 years old, suffered his first stroke. Doctors told him that kids that age don't have strokes. He's sitting here trying to advocate for his son, saying, I know my kid, something's not right, this, and that. Find out that the kid did have a stroke.
I heard you talking.
And now he's actually suffered 2 strokes, had to rewalk again. But they got a JJ Wetterholt. So apparently signed with the St. Louis Cardinals. Oh, that one's dope. So this is the portrait I did for him.
Awesome, man.
That's awesome.
And then we put their logo in here.
What? Oh, dear.
And then
that kid's going to be good, by the way. JJ, he's going to be really good.
And the other portrait has their logo on the top.
Oh, nice.
Awesome, Well, yeah, we're gonna have to have you connect us with them too. We got some really cool some really cool stuff. We're not quite announcing yet, but I'm planning a couple of trips up that way this summer, and would love to connect with them. And yeah, man, it just
They're out of
heart goes
Baltimore.
out to the family.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they're out of Baltimore. They saw some of my work online. The guy just happened to reach out to me, not even knowing my connection with helping out and charity work. And so I just had one conversation with him, and I told him, let me help you out. Let's help raise money for you. And now they're already talking about wanting to do football and basketball. He did already tell me that they work closely with Ray Lewis, so we're hoping to do something with Ray. So I'm like, bro, I'm a Vikings fan, but I'm a football fan, bro. So
Yeah.
that would be dope, as you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm not stupid.
Bro, if you could get Ray Lewis to do his tunnel entrance,
Yo,
I'm already on top of it.
Oh, that was
that's the thing I miss about 52 the most, man. Every Sunday he'd come out of that tunnel and just hit that, and I'm just like,
yep.
oh, it's gonna be a game.
He
See
sets the tone, man.
that
He
and
set the
Brian
tone.
Dawkins coming out of it.
Yeah, Brian Dawkins was a beast too.
Yep.
Well, guys, I loved chatting and everything, but we got to run a quick ad for our sponsors, and then I'm going to run a little interview that I did with John McDonald. So John was the Vikings International Fan of the Year, and he got to go out on the stage and announce the draft pick for Charles Demings. Just so cool. So I get to chat with him for a few minutes. We're going to run a quick ad, and then I'm going to play that clip for everybody. So don't go anywhere. Stick around, and we're going to come right back with some more talk. In Minnesota, your home faces it all. Brutal winters, pounding hail, and summer storms that don't hold back. That's why homeowners trust Odyssey Exteriors, your local, family-owned exterior experts based right here in Burnsville. From roofing and siding to gutters, windows, and decks, we use Midwest tough materials and certified crews to protect what matters most. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and a reputation for integrity, we treat your home like it's our own. Call 952-923-0062 or visit odyssey.ext.com today to schedule your free exterior inspection. Odyssey Exteriors, built Midwest tough, built for you. Well, so happy to have my friend John McDonald on the show with us for Vikings United. John is one of the International Fans of the Year, the only selection for our Minnesota Vikings. Speaking of selections, you got to go make one for the Vikings during the draft. John, we're here to talk about that experience, man. It had to be an absolute thrill for you.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest. As I keep saying to people, this is the Mount Everest of NFL fandom. Picking a future player for your team on stage live at the draft. You can't. I can't think of a bigger step than that, really.
Nope, you sure can't. And I don't think many of us fans will ever sniff anything even close to that. So I was really happy already being friends with you and kind of following your journey a little bit. It was a perfect time to have you, invite you in to Vikings United and talk about this. What player did you get to announce?
Charles Demings.
Fantastic.
No, he wasn't cornerback. They wouldn't allow me to say cornerback. Defensive back, because they want to keep him on the cheap. Stephen F.L. Austin. Yep.
So funny. So what was the pregame? You flying out? Obviously, you're from the UK, flying in to the into Pittsburgh. There, talk about just everything from the flight, the anticipation, and that moment leading up to you getting to step on the stage.
Yeah, the Vikings were very generous. They flew me and a friend out there we landed on the Tuesday evening, and then we done a Q&A with Roger Goodell on the Wednesday. We got all backstage on the Thursday just before the draft. We got to see where all the players would be sitting when they're getting picked. We got to walk the red carpet on the Thursday or Friday. It was just so much. Literally from 8 a.m. in the morning till about midnight, we were non-stop until Saturday night. It was nuts.
Yeah, and for a guy that, I know you work nights, so you're probably used to a little bit quieter lifestyle in your day-to-day life, to kind of be thrust out into the spotlight like that for 4 days. It's just a whirlwind, isn't it?
Oh, it was just an utter whirlwind, and I'm still coming down off it now. But yeah, it's just what I'm trying to explain to people over here, just people I work with, is just like, yeah, it's a pretty big deal what I've just done.
Yeah, and I understand that a lot of international fans don't maybe understand how big the NFL is and how big of a production that all of these moments are. And on an international level, it's not as big as football. And obviously you have Premier League soccer around the UK, which is just a massive, fandom and some of the wildest fans on the planet. But the NFL really goes above and beyond with their production of everything, right? It's not just on game day. In the draft, in many ways, is one of their marquee events of the year. And it's an awesome opportunity for them to give back to the fans and the fan bases of all of these teams. And what an incredible, a portion of that the international fan of the year from each team gets to come out and experience that. And not just one day, you were out there for nearly an entire week soaking it all in. Has it deepened your love for the team now that much more?
I've always had a great relationship with the team, because the Vikings being over here so often. I run a fan club over here, and the Vikings front office work hand in hand with us. But the steps the Vikings took just to give us the extra experience, and the NFL and everything they put on, is just unbelievable. I mean, I haven't even got round to. I had Brian O'Neill do an interview with me in Pittsburgh, because he was there announcing picks as well. So the Vikings have got that on their social media that they're gonna release at some point. But yeah, it's just been a bit really hectic.
Yeah, no off season for you, John?
No. I do it. I absolutely love it, and it's the experience it's something very few Vikings fans or any NFL fan would ever get to experience.
Yeah, and can you talk a little bit about, now, assuming that you were probably got to attend last year when they played in the UK?
Yeah, I did actually both games that were over here. We done because we played 2 games. We played the Dublin game, and then we played the London game. And I actually cycled between the 2 games, raising money for charity. We raised just about £6,000 for mental health charity over here in the UK. So yeah, between those 2 games, I kind of set up all the pre-game for every game, and then was just like, right, you guys all need to be there at this point, and trying to run the club whilst I'm cycling between the two games. But yeah, it was the Vikings have always put on a great show over here in London and in Dublin now.
Pretty incredible. And talk about your fan group that you run, and shout that out too, so we can help you grow that with more of our UK fans. The Greater Network, the Scene Projects, has quite a bit of a footprint over there. So I'd love for you to shout out the group that you run.
Yeah, I help run the UK and Ireland Minnesota Vikings fan club. Yeah, we've been going for just over 10 years now. But yeah, with the Vikings playing so many games over here in the last couple of years, it's really grown exponentially. And to any of your fans who come over for a game, look us up, because we do a great party especially on the Sunday morning. I mean, the Vikings, the first time we played over here when we were part of the club was the Saints game, and the Vikings came down and were kind of babysitting us, just guiding us. And then since then, they were just like, no, you guys do the Sunday morning. We don't want to get involved. You do that too well. We don't want to get involved in that. We'll do our own thing, but you guys on the Sunday morning, no, that's all over to you. We'll send our fans your way.
Just incredible. And I love the buy-in from the team to make sure that they are nurturing those international fandoms. And talk a little bit about that, because, you know, we're playing sometimes late in the evening. You know, the night games are a lot harder. There's a 6-hour difference between Minneapolis time and your local time there in the UK. Do you find it difficult sometimes just to engage live with the games, or has the technology that we have now really made that a non-issue?
It really has made it a lot less of an issue now, because fans that we've got a couple of different chats, everything like that. We've got European fans we chat to as well. So it's all, we all feel so connected now. It's not like you're just sitting there like what it was 10, 15 years ago, when you'd feel like you're sitting there alone, the only person only person watching this game at silly o'clock in the morning, start kicking off at 1 o'clock in the morning over here. You don't feel so alone. You've got fans. Oh, that was a great catch. Oh, my stream hasn't caught up with that one yet. Quite. You get a couple 30 seconds difference, but yeah, it's brilliant, and it's just, yeah, it's the enthusiasm of all European countries for the Vikings is just exponential. And it's due to the Vikings putting so much effort into their international market, because it's just, I cannot speak highly enough of them. And Keisha Wyatt, who's director of international marketing, she will go absolutely above and beyond. She's brought players over here where we've done meetup. They've organised big meetups with fans and players. It's just absolutely amazing, and I cannot speak highly enough of everything the Vikings are putting into the international marketing over here.
Yeah, I just think it's incredible. What an awesome organization to get to work beside. We are good friends with quite a few members now of the Viking World Order super fan group, season ticket holders in section 140. We'll be doing some pregame action live from their tailgate hosted by Sir Death later on when the season gets going. But when we're not and we have the away games, we're here in studio. So we'd love to have some of you international fans, people from your group and the other European fans that you know, to come on with us and help celebrate this team and talk a little ball and talk about, the perspective from an international fan's sake. I think it's really important for us to build those bridges in the fandom as well, not just with the team, but with each other. So I really appreciate you taking a few minutes for me today, chiming in with us. You're always welcome on any of our shows, and to come back and to talk Vikings football with us whenever you like, John.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'll definitely take you up on that offer.
Well, we've all been seeing your face all over Vikings internet land, and it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you a little bit better today, getting to hear a little bit about that experience on stage. And we can't wait to connect more with you and the rest of your fan base and to keep growing. So thank you for being on the show tonight, and thank you for being part of the scene.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
That was our buddy, John McDonald. Now we lost Marcus, who I know has a relationship. Those super fans all get together a lot, but such a cool conversation to have with John, talk about his experience at the draft. It was just really incredible. And obviously he's been kind of making the rounds on all the other Vikings fan podcasts and whatnot. So really grateful that I got to spend some time with him and to get that shot. 6-hour difference. So he wasn't quite able to come on and do it live with us.
Yeah.
On the show.
How'd you get that contact?
I saw him online, and I've actually been friends with him on Facebook longer. So had him on Facebook, and then I just started seeing him everywhere. He was on the Vikings. And actually what had happened was that I saw him on, they had like a blog post or something they made on the actual Vikings on the Vikings website or on the app. And I saw his face on there and saw him on the stage. It was like, hey man, sure, you've probably seen this already, but this is that. And then, just made the offer, said, hey, if you could give me 10 minutes of your time, I would love to have you on and, talk some ball and talk about that experience. And like he said, the Mount Everest, right? The pinnacle of any Viking fan, as close as you're going to get. I mean, even being on the field, I don't know, like, because a lot of people can get on the field. Very, very few get the opportunity to go out there at the draft and announce a draft pick like that. It's freaking incredible, man. So yeah, really, really glad that I reached out, and so thankful to John for coming on the show. That was cool.
Can't hear anybody.
No, that definitely was. I mean, it is definitely a honor to do that for him. I mean, I guess
come back, odds. Try it again.
You know, so good for him. I mean, like you said, it's a select few that get to do that, and just to be able to announce a pick for your favorite team. I mean, that would be something I would definitely talk about forever. So
you feel me? You feel me though? What an unbelievable experience. Oh
That's a
man,
1 in a million thing.
You feel me? Like Bubba, you made up a great point. A lot of people can get on the field at an NFL game. I've done it, but I don't think I'll ever be able to say that I announced a draft pick. That is like Everest right there. Level.
Well, and the thing is too to be able to announce it, but just to be on the stage, a part of it. I mean, we've seen groups go up there, and maybe that's something that when the draft comes here, that maybe Mr. Bubba there with the mind behind everything gets to do, and we all can be a part of that experience. I mean,
I'm working every angle, man. We're trying to get out there and more. I'm doing whatever I can to get more conversations with the organization, brother. Yeah. I am doing my darndest to make sure that it's happening, because I know that we have something special here, and all we need to do is to get that introduction, to meet the right people that can open those doors for us. Our relationship with Marcus and Sir Death and just that whole VWO crew, the organization knows who they are, right? Like, they know people inside of there. So it definitely helps to have those relationships and to continue fostering them. And I think for us, especially with our veteran connections and being, having Pillars of Valor as a part of what we do, and obviously Operation Combating Veteran Suicide, they're watching those things. They don't want to work with just anyone that's out there. They want to work with people that are doing things and doing big things in the community as well. So we're just trying to do our part and to put ourselves on their radar, and for the right reasons, right?
Right.
Not because Pods is streaking across US Bank Stadium. and only a skunked Speedo.
Right. Oh, man.
Do not give Aubrey any ideas.
Why would that give her ideas? I guess we need to figure out this here.
Aubrey's one of the co-owners of Skunked. That's
okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Coach, in respects to the interview, though, like, how he was trying to articulate how big of an honor, or like how big of a thing for the fandom it is to be able to announce a pick. It would pretty much be the same thing as if whatever your Premier League team, like for me, I'm a Liverpool fan, right? So for me, it'd be like me getting to announce, oh, we just got Christian Pulisic or some crazy transfer, and I get to do that on like Sky News or something and announce that. That would be insane. You get to like be like, oh, and by the way, we are transferring, we're getting transfer fees ready, and we're going to bring in Pulisic. And it's like, that'd be like the equivalent in the UK of bringing in a number 1 draft pick or a number 1 free agent signing.
Yeah.
So
pretty incredible stuff, and just grateful that when I reach out now, people answer, and it feels good to know that we are becoming a home for the fans and for Vikings fans to come and spend some time, and really NFL fans, right? We've had other teams fans on and stuff too, and really we like talking ball, and that's what it's about. It's about the camaraderie that the NFL brings to all of us, and when the season gets going, the blood boils a little bit hotter, but especially in the off season, everybody's 0-0, right? Everybody's undefeated, so it's a lot of fun to just
the biggest stories you got is minicamp and stuff.
Right, right, and that's why we probably won't be on very long tonight at all, because what are we going to talk about, right? Like, there's not much there. It was nice to have Sir Picasso.
Well, you talk about Stephon Diggs being found not guilty in his little lawsuit that happened.
I've been a Diggs fan. I was always a Diggs fan.
I love Diggs, but Diggs needs to keep little Diggs in his pants.
That's true too. That's true too.
All right. And I just want to say something real quick. Bubba, I'm going to use one of my favorite metaphors for you, all right? You built it, and now the opportunities are coming.
Yeah.
Facts. Yep.
I appreciate it.
And, hey, all the Vikings got to do is check out my resume, and then I'll probably help us get on that draft stage. You feel me? Just
Coach, I'll probably look at your resume and be like, all right, defensive backs coach now. Thank you.
Yep.
Get him in there. Get him in there. It's pretty incredible. I feel awkward having this one on. I gotta put my.
He's gonna go get the skunk one.
I was wondering how long it was gonna take him to switch hats there.
I'm so jealous that you two got the Vice hat, man. I really.
I like the
I gotta go buy a Vice hat.
Ooh.
The Vice is pretty sick. The Vice are pretty sick. We're gonna look good, man. We got to get pods out for the Skunked Classic, since B's gonna have to, be at work and make sure that they don't sink the island.
Me and B are twinning.
Yep.
And then you and Coach are twinning.
You got it. We coordinated this.
Right.
Absolutely coordinated this. I think I already showed it off, but do you mind if I show it off one more time for the viewers?
Go ahead.
All right, so just again, Skunk does more than just hats. They also have some polos, but I'm going to show off my favorite bit. This is the black polyester pullover, and then it's got the hood, and then you've got the Skunk logo on here.
Yeah, step forward or step so they can see the whole logo. You did get the gray pullover. Nice, B. Those are nice, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
I got the black, dude, and it was cold today, so it came in clutch.
Yo, yeah. I got the Vice hat and then the polo to match. So that's dope. And then I got the black one with the gray skunk, and then a polo to match that one. So they really they set us up. They actually set us up. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, now if I could just get on the damn golf course. It was 39 degrees when I got up this morning.
You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna get a driver head cover that's a skunk, and then I'm gonna get a 5-wood cover that's a fox for my channel. So I'll have the skunk and then I'll have the fox.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'll be Big B if you just let me know when you're free.
Well, no, I gotta know when you're free. Hey, because you're the guy that has 20 different things going on in a 24-hour day.
We had the same 2 days off for 20 years.
I'm off Wednesdays and Thursdays. Or I could do an early afternoon when I'm off, typically at 3. So.
Bet. And
I called Coach today. He picked up the phone on like the second ring.
he must have been waiting for a call. DoorDash or something. I mean,
no, I dropped one of my jobs. No, I got a little bit more freedom now. I was able to drop one of my jobs. I'm actually moving, Big B. I'll let you know. Very close. So.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a lot of big things going on lately.
Yeah,
a lot of big things.
Big changes. It's in the air because there's a lot of big changes coming here at the Sports Network. Especially it is growing and a lot more teams to cover. I got 10 days or so. I'll be visiting with the Sioux Falls Canaries, talking about some coverage of their team. There.
Baseball
and a lot more on the horizon. We talked a little bit about boom ball on 789 this week and some possibilities there. Always kind of looking for other opportunities, right? You got to knock on all those doors, and once we find them, we're good to go.
Well, there's an opportunity in a couple of weeks where that guy's going to be doing a tryout, so I hope to be there. We'll try to get some interviews going and stuff like that. So
that would be fun.
May 23rd. May 23rd, 5 p.m. to 7.
I gotta ask Coach something.
What's up,
Coach? given how Flores is, in my opinion, outside of Steve Spagnuolo, and I know I'm a Chiefs fan, but just given his record, everything he's done with the New York Giants and with the Kansas City Chiefs, when I look at Flores, though, and what he was able to accomplish in Miami, and what he was able to do with that defense in Pittsburgh, and absolutely what he's done with Minnesota, what do they need to do to get a serious offense to help him out? Because I feel like the possessions that Flores' defense that give the offense the extra opportunity to score has just not been capitalized on.
Yeah, it's sickening. It's absolutely
it's
sickening.
putrid.
We got a KOC. We've talked about it on our Minnesota Vikings pregame show, but just run the ball. Just run the ball. You didn't have to throw 30, 40 times with Brosmer and put him out to slaughter. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that with JJ. Our offensive line needed help. We addressed the situation. So
JJ's not ready. JJ needs to sit behind somebody.
Well, I mean,
he's got Kyler this year. He could sit behind him and still be taller.
You want to know something that's going to sound like really offensive to Kyler Murray, but I'm going to say it because I believe it. I've been watching Kyler Murray since he was in Oklahoma and he won that Heisman. That system won him a Heisman.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal athlete, but he's not a good quarterback.
Well, and that's the thing I've been saying too. It's like, okay, yeah, Kyler's got the experience. Kyler could probably do a little bit more than JJ could do, but again, can our offensive line help Kyler do that stuff? I mean, that's the whole. That's where I'm stuck at. Is our offensive line good enough to let Kyler do that?
The offensive line could do that, though. I don't know if Kyler Murray can make those decisions in the pocket or outside of the pocket to get the ball downfield, because I feel like Kyler he throws into double coverage a lot. He throws into shadow safeties coming in. Like,
I believe this is the best receiving core he's had in his career. So,
I don't know about that. He had at one point DeAndre Hopkins, Marquise Brown, Marquise Hollywood Brown in his prime.
Possibly,
Zach Ertz, right? Zach Ertz for a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe. But the thing is, I think our offensive line has to be productive for us to help the defense out. I think.
So I think that, but I just saw a YouTube short a couple days ago. It was Brock Purdy talking about just the quarterback position and him and himself. I think he said like 40% or 50% of the time he actually can see the wide receiver, because all of his linemen are 6'6", 6'7". He's short too, so it's all timing. How many steps is your wide receiver going to take, or how many strides? Where's he going to be? Is there going to be a linebacker sitting there that you got to loop it over? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And if homeboy is too busy playing video games, you know what I'm saying? If he's too busy trying to play zombies or Call of Duty or something and not actually trying to play.
Buddy, if you're going to play some video games, at least be playing CFB or freaking Madden. Something.
But I just, JJ McCarthy, he like, if Brock Purdy's saying something like that and he was able to make it to a Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Like, JJ, you got to put in some work. You got to put in some work. You got to be able to anticipate and trust yourself over the middle.
This is his first off season, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
First healthy off season. So to say that Kyler is better than the quarterback that JJ McCarthy was last year, I think that's evident. Is he going to be better than the JJ McCarthy that shows up in camp this year with a year of experience under his belt, with a healthy off season? And what I liked about the move, one, you got him cheap, right? You can't fault them for, regardless of who the quarterback is, to get a guy of that athletic profile for $1 million, right? Mm-hmm. Like, pretty incredible situation. Now, Kyler comes here and signs because he believes that he has an opportunity to start. I think they're doing right by not announcing him as the starter, although everyone is assuming he will be. What I'm interested to see is even if he does start the year as the starter, how long is that? What is JJ McCarthy going to show us in camp and then leading up to that? And what is he going to show the coaching staff running the scout team in that QB2 spot, which he never really got to do, right? Because he was injured early on in that rookie season that he didn't get to show you that.
Did he get injured in a preseason game?
Yeah. It was the first
preseason game against Oakland.
Yeah, I think it was the first and second preseason game his rookie year he got hurt.
Okay. Here's my question, though, to you guys as far as JJ McCarthy goes. Yes, he has work to put in physically, but I also think mentality-wise and maturity-wise, he's got a lot of work to put in because I don't want to, and excuse my language, but I don't want to see any more of this fucking 9 shit. Like, get in there, get in the playbook, and the only 9 I should be seeing is your ass across the pylon or throwing darts.
Yes. Pod, I'm with you. I don't like the whole 9 thing. I mean, because you're a rookie, you haven't earned.
You are nobody right now.
Yeah.
You're just a kid from Michigan who won a national championship. Good for you. You go to a blue blood school that pays just as much as payroll as almost these NFL schools do to beat up on the little ones. Great. Yeah. You are now with the competition. These guys will literally eat you because it is in their contracts and incentives to sack you as many times as possible. Pass deflection.
I'm with you on that.
I don't know that he ever backed down from any of that. No,
he never did. No,
it's not about backing down.
The knocks on him were the errant throws. The sailed throws that are in there for whatever reason. Now I don't know how that happens because some of them were awful, right? There's no defending some of the ones that went.
I think a lot of
it's 20
feet
over tried in JJ's head.
No, and I think Pod is onto something that it wasn't the fact that he wasn't making throws. He was probably just anticipating too quick. I mean, there was times I was watching the game and I kept hearing that the quarterback, the play up here is faster. And it just seemed like you could see that with the way McCarthy was acting, like he was anticipating something that didn't happen, and that's why he threw it quick. Later in the season, not the Bears game. I'm trying to think of
the Packers made him look stupid.
No, there was another game late in the season where he just looked phenomenal on everything he did. It's just like, okay, we got something here. Let him learn.
That game in Lambeau that you're talking about, Pods, they made KOC look stupid because that first half, when they were running the ball and then you did the tight end sneak tag. I remember that game vividly. KOC shit the bed and then put the offensive line. Ryan Kelly got run over by it was horrible, man. It was so bad. Myles Garrett, right? That's the one that they got.
Is it the Lions game I'm thinking of late in the season where McCarthy had a pretty good game and he actually looked like he knew what he was doing?
I think it was to try to keep our playoffs.
Best game of the year, to be perfectly honest. That Sunday night game in Dallas, he looked like an NFL quarterback.
Maybe it was Dallas. I'm thinking of. Where he had that stiff arm and he got on offensive line, he got in the guy's face. And
that was the one where he trotted in on the QB, the fake, right? And he walked in on the QB keeper and did the gritty.
I
think physically he has the tools. Like you said, Pods, it's some maturity in there.
I don't want to take anything away from him on that game because he had a great game in Dallas. But we also have to realize that Dallas was the 29th ranked defense last year. They were terrible. They traded away their defense.
Yeah.
They buns, ass.
They were buns.
Well, that's why everybody thought that Dallas was going to go heavy defense early, and maybe make some moves and stuff.
Here's the thing for me when it comes to Minnesota. Because, look, I have my AFC team. I love the Chiefs. I'm born in blood. You guys know this. But in the NFC, I've always watched the Vikings. Because, I liked, for a while, my favorite rivalry was to watch the Vikings and the Packers. It got nasty with those two teams, and I loved it. I don't see that grit from the offense. I don't see that 2009, pushing people back, owning them on the line. Like, we have that defense now on the Vikings where we can succeed and give our offense more opportunities. Now we need to get some boys in there that are going to punish in the trenches. I'm hoping that the new back that came in can really pop off some explosive plays, whether that's pulling and pushing to edges and getting him around those edges, whether it's counters, halfback draws, whatever it is.
Last year was a
we
lot of
need a
injuries
quarterback.
along that offensive line, but I ultimately think that it's an offensive philosophy that we hope is changing. I kind of mentioned it off the top that there's been some coaching changes and things that you feel like are signaling a return to a little bit tougher, not necessarily full-blown smash mouth black and blue division football, but to having a strong, power running game to complement
they would
the
just run
weapons
the
that you
ball
have
a
on the
little more to open
outside.
up the passing game.
Yep.
Like, even if it's just shallow crossers. I mean, if all you do is throw the ball here, I'm going to do this comparison, and Coach, you'll see where I'm going with this. I feel like if you're going to throw the ball 30 to 40 times, it's the equivalent of just jacking up 33s a game.
Yeah.
In an NBA game. And
Yeah.
if you live by the play action and the deep pass, and that's all you're doing, you're going to get figured out by the end of the first quarter, and then you're not going to get away with anything else, even if you try bubble screens and all this. And what it tells me, too, is when you have to pass the ball that much, you are telling that DC, oh, they can't run the fucking ball, send everyone.
Yep.
Like, how many times did J.J. McCarthy get hit after the first quarter? I want to know that stat. How bad was it after the first 15 minutes? How many pressures? How many dropbacks?
And you're lucky that he's built the way that he is, and he is as athletic as he is, because last year could have gone worse. Look at Carson Wentz, right? Like Carson Wentz got completely destroyed,
demolished,
right? Yeah, destroyed. So I think it's easy to blame the young quarterback and to bail on a young man. I don't think the Vikings are totally out on him. I think if they were, you would have seen them just move him for moving him's sake around the draft this year. I think they want to see what he can do. I think they want to see him in training camp. What can you do in an off season, a healthy off season? Show us what you have in training camp. They're not, yes, they're kind of, calling it a competition a little bit out there. I don't know how many people believe that, but I think you're going to see what you have in the young man this year. If he comes out and training camp looks trash, then you have to start addressing your future at the quarterback position, because I don't believe that Kyler is the answer long-term either.
I have to say this too. You have to start questioning the coach at this point too, because isn't he supposed to be a quarterback whisperer?
Hey, we've been
doing
this.
The last two quarterbacks he's had has done nothing.
Don't get us started on that. You think Picasso's not here because he would definitely go off on that too.
I'm not really confident in the Kyler Murray trade, but we got him for good trade signing, but we got him for good value.
You got him for the vet minimum.
And it was more of an insurance policy, because McCarthy couldn't get the ball to 18. And if 18 has another year like last year, we're not going to have 18. Yeah. So
also
Kyler,
inside of that, you don't have any other real weapons. Hawkinson, a major down year. Addison, a major down year. Your other, your best target was Jalen Naylor, no longer with the team, right? Speedy out there. You didn't get a chance to work with Jefferson in training camp because he was hurt or nursing a hamstring, right? So, and it's really nice to hear that McCarthy and Jefferson have been getting together this offseason. And even, Jets, alluded to it. Like, you got to get used to seeing it come off his hand and expecting that ball and catching the ball off of someone. It's not always, yes, it's a game. It's throw and catch, but the kid's got some pop on it, and maybe it looks a little bit different. I guarantee you it flies a lot different than a Kirk Cousins lollipop does.
But let me tell you this too, dude. Like, I don't want to see Justin Jefferson end up in a situation like D-Hop in Texas, where he's got a new quarterback every year.
Yeah,
like Can you imagine just for a second, and this is all fantasy because in a perfect world, in a logical world, this would happen, but it won't. They need to sign Juwan Jennings, whatever it takes to get another slot guy. We need that guy in the slot to open up the underneath routes.
What I've been saying is that I liked the Jennings because you bump Jennings outside and you run Addison. Then you have three guys that you could mix and match, right? And everybody can be coming in and playing all three positions. And I think more of that is what you need, not having guys that are specifically into one role. You want to be so versatile with those three receivers, especially if you're going to play them all the time, that you could be motioning them in and out and lining all three of them up kind of wherever, and you have the brains and the route running. At least with Jefferson, Addison could probably do it, but let Addison go and be your speed guy and run it out there. And he just needs to catch the damn ball, man. I hope that his immaturity is behind him at this point, and we can get a productive season out of him. Whether that's to let him, they did sign him to the 5th-year option. I know that doesn't necessarily mean that he wouldn't be a trade candidate this season. That's a business move because it adds value to the contract that he's on.
Well, and like Pod just said, that 5th-year option, this is a prove it year for him because, if
this is money talks and this isn't, we still want you. This is, do we still want you?
Yeah, and if you put some good numbers and people are less like, well, do the Vikings really want him? Let's see what we can offer him. And, so, it's one of those things where, it's a prove it year for him. On and off the field.
If he does any more stupid shit, it's just going to give us leverage.
Judd on on Purple Daily last week was like, Mr. Addison, I think, just needs to stay home this summer. Like, just stay at your house. Don't do anything stupid. You have an opportunity. You are still in the league, but you're getting to a point where teams just don't want to take flyers on these guys that are problems. The talent that is coming out of the college ranks now, guys like that are getting to be a dime a dozen, and you got a really deep draft next year, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing I've been saying too is the Vikings and Addison need to get him, I hate to say that an adult needs a mentor, but he needs somebody like a Moss and a Carter to kind of be his wing guy or his,
Moss. Fine. Yeah. Carter, no. Carter made more bad decisions off the field than Moss ever did.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe that's what you need, though, is someone who walked that walk to come in and say, hey, man, like, I've been there, done that. And once I pulled my head out of my ass, I became one of the most respected men in the league.
Right. Check out my gold jacket.
But
I got to shake the man's hand and say it. It was pretty incredible. I don't know, Pods, if I've told you about my experience at the PGA event I was at last year, getting to interview Chris Carter and Rondé Barber, but pretty incredible, man.
And Sir Nick Faldo.
Yeah, pretty incredible.
How you messed that up?
It'll be on a long list of screw-ups of my life. Don't you worry, buddy. It won't be the last one.
Don't you worry, buddy.
Coach, I got one more thing for you.
Yes, sir.
And for Bubba and B. Look, you want to know the main reason I don't like the Kyler Murray signing?
Let's hear it.
I don't like it for J.J. McCarthy because, look, I think McCarthy's not the guy, but I want to see him. I would love to be proven wrong and him show me he is the guy.
Yeah.
But I don't think bringing in Kyler Murray is going to give him that opportunity to be the guy because Kyler Murray's not a good quarterback. I'm sorry. He's just not. And I don't feel like he's the appropriate mentor with how he already approaches the game and is immature. And I definitely don't feel like he's a bridge quarterback that could sit there. Like, and I know this is going to sound crazy. I would have rather you guys brought back Kirk Cousins.
But way too much money. But do you feel like on that side, do you feel like that's why they were really adamant about getting Carson Wentz back on this team and in that QB room? Because you realize that Kyler is your pressure point, right? Kyler is an athletic profile that you could, because like at no point last year was J.J. McCarthy worried about Max Brosmer taking his job or Carson Wentz for that matter, minus an injury. Right. And they literally trotted Carson out there until his arm fell off before they were forced to kind of either, wait for JJ to get healthy or run Brosmer out.
Yeah.
So if I'm JJ, and okay, everybody's don't think I'm the guy. They bring in Kyler Murray. Okay, now I just got demoted in my eyes because you brought in somebody that most likely will be named the starter game 1 of the preseason. Now I'm going to take that as motivation. I mean, that's what JJ has to do is take this as motivation that, okay, you're not coming in and taking my job that easy. I'm going to put up the biggest fight that I can to keep my job, and I'm going to make you number 2, unless there's an injury.
Yeah, I hope you're right. And I hope
I am too.
being number 2
and straight up, I mean, at that point, does he have that dog in him? Like, if he really believes he's 9, let's see it pop out. Let's see you compete.
We just need him to believe that he's the one. I mean, we don't need him to believe that he's 9. We need him to believe that he's the one.
Do you know how many greats have worn 9?
Yeah.
In my opinion, 2. And they are tough to live up to. Coach, who's the first one? Baltimore, Tennessee. Steve McNair.
Steve McNair.
Oh my God! Yes.
I had to think because I was thinking McNair or somebody else.
When you said Baltimore, Tennessee, I was like, what?
In my opinion, the greatest player to wear the number 9 and the greatest player to ever sling the football that I have seen do it. And I love Mahomes, but I'm not even talking about accolades. Drew Brees was the best quarterback I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Man he was the best arm talent I've ever seen when he played for the Chargers and then what he did with the Saints.
At 5'9".
The greatest player to wear 9.
Yeah. I agree with that.
We're also talking about him playing with a elite offensive mind in Sean Payton. The way that they designed that offense to kind of push everything to the outside to open up that middle of the field so he could see. I don't know that KOC has that. I don't know that there's anything in the playbook that is
KOC needs an offensive coordinator.
Well, he has one.
I think it's opposite. I think he needs an offensive coordinator. I think he is a good head coach. I think he has control of the room. He is a leader of men inside of that. We watch a lot of his pressers and a lot of his other things. Is he a little arrogant? Sure. Yes. I think he's so arrogant he gets in his own way as a play caller because he wants to be the quarterback. That's what I've always kind of stated.
But Bubba, you just kind of nailed it with the Saints, creating an offense so Brees can drive it. That is something the Vikings need to do. They have to tailor their offense around what the quarterback can do. I mean,
damn! Look at what he did for Bo Nix this year.
And we still need to, get an offensive line.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing. Is the coaches in general. I mean, coach, you could say it if you got a guy that can't throw the ball deep. You're not going to design a lot of deep balls. You're going to make them short. I mean, you're going to run a little bit more, do it short. So I mean, that's something that the coaching has to do is they got to build their team around the talent they have and not.
See, but that's where KOC and him being so arrogant. Instead of trying to tailor it to the quarterback, he's like, "No, you're going to learn it this way, my way," and it's not working.
He needs to simplify the playbook.
So that too, because
there needs to be more rhythm.
He just has to. He just has to build a playbook to fit who's ever going to be the quarterback.
Do you guys remember talking about it? Probably like week 7, week 8, something like that. But all the false start penalties that we had.
I was at that game.
Or the timeouts because we couldn't get the play call.
It was atrocious, dude.
Well, that was the first home game, wasn't it?
I wasn't.
Should have won that game.
Wasn't that the first home game?
Yes. No, it was.
It was after a long stretch. It was when they came home from the Europe trip. They had been gone for a while and came back. It was veteran appreciation. It was everything, man. I was there. It was so god awful to try and watch. Like they just couldn't get anything going. It was brutal.
When you have issues like that and you're playing worse than a Division II college team, you've dressed up the playbook too much. Like if you have your offensive linemen jumping off sides or your tight ends on receivers jumping off sides like that, it's because the guys aren't around you. They're not getting it. You need to simplify it for these kids.
Yeah,
And it was
remember
everybody. It was it was Jefferson too. Everybody was jumping off sides.
Yeah, it was weird, and I don't know that it was it was McCarthy playing, and I don't know that the cadence was that much different between what Carson had been doing and then going back. To me, that probably shouldn't be an issue. You definitely don't want it to be an issue. I know it can be, but they were at home. It's not like you were doing this on the road. You could hear a pin drop in that freaking stadium, man, and it was just like, what?
That's embarrassing.
Nine false start penalties. It was bananas. It was absolutely
45
bananas.
yards
Tough to watch.
backwards.
Yeah, there was eight false starts against the Ravens in November that game.
Coach, Bubba, there is one thing I need to know for the Vikings, and let's just be honest, okay? Say we bring in Juwan Jennings this year. Do you start looking potentially if the season starts to go sideways because of court? Because I'm telling you, the only reason this season's going to go sideways, if it does, is quarterback play.
Yeah.
And if you can run the ball, that's it. That's the only, because there's nothing that Flores is going, Flores is going to give you the opportunity to win. Like, if you get decent quarterback play from these guys, you can easily go 11-6. Just decent, middle of the road. We need to get that guy. So who is that guy? Who are some free agent quarterbacks coming up? Or who's the draft class next year supposed to be deep? Who do you want? Who is the guy for this offense, though? Because that's the other thing I need to know is, like, who is the quarterback? Like, what quarterback do you want? You have a pocket passer. You have an uber athletic guy. Who do you want, and who does that playbook for?
I'll deflect this to Bubba and Big B because I'm not even gonna look further than this year.
So, yeah, I mean, you got to look at this year. Now, if it does go sideways and we can't get the quarterback play, I hate to say it because we need assets, but maybe you start looking at, because Jefferson's not going to want to go through another year. If it happens again this year.
Like, if this season goes bad, Jay's gone.
Well, yeah. So then do you throw your chips in a hat and do a Mike Ditka and you move up to get Manning and have him be your franchise and kind of burn it down? I'm not sold on it, but
yeah, then you're back to square one with a rookie quarterback.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Your best case scenario right now is that you see a massive jump from JJ McCarthy, and he is your quarterback of the future. Like, that is best case scenario.
I think the Vikings, if you go in the draft, you try to get Dante Moore.
But yeah, I'm a coach, though. We can't look past this year. We have to look at what we got this year.
Right. Well, and any of these guys,
maybe we start talking about that
in college,
mid-season or something if it does go sideways.
Is there any veteran quarterbacks right now who are like on 1-year deals, 2-year deals that you could potentially bring in this season?
Okay.
That would even be in that conversation, right? That
let's see here.
No doubt want to, one, leave their team, and two, are poised to make this team better.
Would it be good if you found another Sam Darnold, huh?
Yeah, let's not get started there.
The Sam Darnold conversation to me is a moot point. If you were to run the damn ball against the Rams, you probably win that game. Run the ball. Which once again brings us back to the coach, and we kind of beat that dead horse even when they were winning 5 in a row at the end of the year, mostly because you got to running the ball, controlling the clock, going out there. What was that one drive they had that was like 11 minutes or something, right at the end of the year?
Oh, yeah.
11 minutes and 87 yards.
That was legit.
Like, I know that KOC is on the sideline just like with a puke bucket as he's calling run.
So right now, looking at the current free agent crop, you got Rodgers, Wilson, Cooper Rush, Jimmy G, Teddy Bridgewater, Brett Ripien, and 3 guys I don't even know.
Oh,
No,
my
absolute
God.
bust.
Now
Oh,
or
trash.
that's next year's free agent class?
No, that's right now.
What about next year?
Let's see here, dude.
'Cause if you look at it this year, you got to look at next year's because these are also potential people who could be traded. You know
So
who I think would be the perfect quarterback for the Vikings offense? But you're never going to get him because he's under contract? I think Baker Mayfield would thrive in this offense.
I thought about
Baker's
that
going to
too.
retire a buck. He's not going to.
Right.
But speaking of it, so next year, right now, available Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Justin Fields, Anthony Richardson, David Mills, Marcus Mariota. Let's see, anybody else? Mac Jones is out there for next year.
That's
Dalton.
You got to imagine Mac Jones is going to get a deal. He didn't end up getting traded then, right?
No.
Yeah, he'll be 28 next year.
Bro, somebody's going to lose their quarterback early season. Mac Jones probably gets traded early season and gets an extension. The Matthew Stafford one.
Matt Stafford.
It would intrigue me because there's history between him and KOC.
Mhm.
If it totally implodes, even if it doesn't
At
implode,
40?
I can see them spending money
How
on
old was
Stafford
Favre?
this year.
He just won MVP at 39.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, and I get that. 18 years in the league at 40.
How old was Favre when we got him?
40.
He was like 42.
Yeah, I
He's
get
40
it, Coach. I mean, but again, look at Favre coming in. Look at who our offensive line was and how good he was. I mean,
that's true too.
So
Not
I mean,
necessarily.
again, we're going back to the offensive line play.
My personal choice in the Stafford, but that's the one that's like there's enough smoke there and there's enough history between them to consider that as like your target if you're looking down that road. Because ultimately this coaching staff is only signed through the 2028 season, right? They got matching deals to get them through to where everything expires together. So they're looking at it, and if things don't go and you have another season where it's double digit and you have an early exit and everybody's like, well, Kyler didn't quite live up to it and JJ's not the guy, and if you're willing to give KOC one more shot, to me, that's the move. It is probably Stafford. The guy has all the things because you still have all the weapons, right? Yeah. Like I said, though, best case scenario for this Vikings team is that JJ proves he's the guy this year, shows you enough. You go out and maybe win a playoff game this year. You don't make it all the way to the NFC Championship game possibly, but winning a playoff game, even if it's in the wild card weekend and having something to hang your hat on, to me, that's your best case scenario. And worst case scenario is Kyler goes out there, loses the first 4 games, KOC gets fucking fired.
And I don't know if I want to. I don't even know if I want Stafford to go through that, especially if we don't have a good offensive line, because what they did to Carson Wentz, someone in that organization needs to catch a charge.
What they would do to
because that was brutal.
It would look like Aaron Rodgers week 1 with the Jets.
Well, and the thing is, too, is, if we do have a season that goes sideways, we got to convince Jefferson to stay and not want to go.
He's on a long-term deal, though. It's not like his deal is up next year. He can
but again, he starts wanting out. I mean, how productive is he going to be?
If Jefferson wants out, you're getting a first-round pick for that man.
Well, yeah, you definitely are.
If he wants out, then you're going, okay, well, we're trying to get as far up in the first round as we can.
You go get yourself a Ryan Williams then.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, Barber. I think if he makes the playoff and loses again, his job's safe. I think if they stumble out the gate, that he's more likely to lose his job. I don't.
Here's what I think.
I think if they make the playoffs and he loses his first game, if it's a good competitive game, he doesn't get fired. But if it's a blowout, then you might be talking.
I don't think the Wills would do it. I think it has to be bad early. Otherwise, he's.
I'm with you, Bubba. I think it has to be bad early for him.
Coach B, I think if you want Jefferson to stay, and I know you guys say he's going to retire as a Buck. But if you offer the bag and you offer enough to him, I think if you go out there and get Baker, that would really probably make Jefferson happy, Addison happy, any receiver really coming into the league or potential people looking to sign. That would make people extremely happy. Like, hey, you're our guy. Like, we want you. Look at our receivers. Would you rather be? He just lost Mike Evans.
Yeah.
What would you consider the bag?
Whoever for Baker, with how he's turned his career around and what I think he's done on a mediocre Bucks team that's done its best to not put talent around him, I would be willing to offer Baker 4 years, $250 million.
Ooh.
Holy shit, dude!
Damn.
Ooh.
60 plus a year.
Yeah.
That's banana. No, I'm not giving Baker Mayfield.
I'm not. I wouldn't even trade a 3rd round pick for him.
All right,
that's
realistic.
crazy.
And that's the guarantee. That's like we're playing Madden. That's max sliders.
Yeah.
You want a realistic deal for
That's
Baker?
bigger than
I'd say-
Mahomes' deal. Mahomes is only getting 50.
So right now, it's projected that when Baker comes a free agent next year, if he is 33.3 million.
33.
That's what they're projecting his average to be.
Give him 4 years, $135 million.
At a 40,
That would be lower
Baker's
than
a 32.
Yeah, that would be around that value. I don't know that they have that money. I don't know what the cap is projected out that far. I don't, because there's a lot of money tied up in
The cap
Jefferson.
gets bigger every year, so maybe it'll
and kicking it down the road that it makes it tough. Like I said,
Coach, what would
best
you
case
offer
scenario
Baker?
for the Vikings is still JJ is your guy, even if he's behind Kyler for this entire season, that he's able to show you something behind the scenes, and you're trotting out a 23-year-old quarterback in 2027 that has some experience under his belt. He also has that time, that learning time back there to show.
I'm convinced he's going to be a bench warmer, though, for the rest of his career.
Well, that may be true as well. I think he's too athletically talented to end up
So
there.
what was that-
For Baker or
okay.
Mac Jones.
So what was everybody's thought when Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, got the call? Everybody didn't think he was going to do good. I mean, granted, he's had a lot of weapons and a lot of offensive, good offensive line, but
People who thought Brock wasn't going to do good never watched him at Iowa State.
well, then why did he go last pick of the draft that year? I mean,
Because outside of like 4 or 5 teams in the NFL, the other 28 teams, 27
Already had a
teams
quarterback.
don't know how to draft quarterbacks.
maybe, but no, I mean, McCarthy definitely has to prove it to the fan base and himself that he's the guy. So this is, just like we're talking about KLC, this is making a breaker for McCarthy too. I mean,
and I feel like he won't have as many distractions. I mean, right away at the beginning of the season,
got married, had a kid.
He got married, had the kid come in, and
they just got married recently, so had the baby first, and then
had
just
the baby
got
first,
the wedding,
and then married
like a month
the
ago.
man.
I don't know. Maybe divorce him, take the kid, and have him play like Luka Doncic.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
They were high school
diabolical.
sweethearts, man. She's been with him through all of it.
I'm sorry, that was too soon. But hey, you can't deny after the things happened with Luka.
I ain't worried about it. I'm trying not to be divorced, man. All
Right,
right, boys.
right.
We've been on here for 90 minutes. It is my birthday tomorrow, so I want to thank you all for the gifts that I know are on their way. Which is kind of funny that I made sure you guys got gifts today. My cat just knocked my camera out. That's why it went.
Hey, man, we enjoyed our gifts.
Oh,
Coach,
absolutely.
Your Vice hat is sick. Me and B are twinning. Last thing I want to say in regards to just football in general, this is, as you guys know, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, right? So I just wanted to say that I'm really excited to see how Ernest Johnson plays. Like, that's the back out of Nebraska. Like, I want to see it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for every rookie. Honestly, every player. Whether they're coming off an injury or a good year.
Hey, that's okay, Barber. Coach,
I
gotta go.
Yeah,
Yep, same
Wonderful
here.
hanging out with you guys.
No
Bubba,
problem.
have a great birthday. Coach, good luck with the cavalry. B, go get some swings in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's get it. Happy birthday, Bubba.
Yeah,
Have a great night, everyone.
Talk to everybody later.
As we cheer on our Minnesota Vikings, let's also recognize true heroes. Pillars of Valor Coffee isn't just about exceptional taste. It's a veteran-owned company with a powerful mission. With every purchase, you're directly contributing to programs that empower and support veterans and first responders. Imagine starting your day with a rich, bold coffee that also fuels a vital cause. Pillars of Valor Coffee is dedicated to making a tangible impact, honoring those who've served our nation and communities. Join them in their mission. Visit pillarsofvalor.com to learn more and get your bag today. Pillars of Valor Coffee. Great coffee, greater purpose.